Ashliegh here for Scrap-A-Dab-A-Doo Crafts, and we're going to do part 2 of the Memorydex. Last week we built our Memorydex. We built it. I didn't put feet on this one because I don't know if I'm actually going to. But just as an example, with this one has got feet and a different knob, where this one has got no feet and a little file pull tab thingy. So, and you can clearly see they're a little bit taller because this one has feet. So, I mean, you could do tons of things. You can put feet on, you could put on square corners, you could do all kinds of things with these. You could do little round knobs or whatever. So, today we're going to be cutting some of these. And this one actually goes back in this one. And we're going to be making envelopes for these, and I will embellish one or two of my original with my pictures. I'm not going to embellish any of the stuff in here because I need pictures. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use this particular one for, or if I just might do a giveaway. I don't know. So let's go ahead and get started. Are there any questions? We're using the Heidi Swapp Memorydex stuff. Carol and Barry have been so awesome and brought in, let me just put this down, the dies. This is one of the sets. They come in sets of 2. And this one, which is the tabs. So you have a left, a middle, and you're like, where's the right? Just flip the left after you cut it and you'll have the right. So you get all 3. Left, middle, right. And I showed this last week, but with this die, you can create this really cool, almost frame type thing if you just line it up as you punch. So you have your pieces, and then so you can get all these frames. You can put them in scrapbooks. So this particular die has got multiple uses. You would just cut the little tabs off once you die cut it. Okay. So there is that. What else? What else? Oh, yes. It's like 5,000 feet away. And then we're going to be working with this as well. So this one is an option. And this is your Memorydex punch. Well, we'll just punch one when we get ready to punch one. So we're going to make some envelopes that go in your Memorydex, and I'll show you. You've got 2 kind of options for that, and I don't know that I'm going to embellish, but we will. Let's see. I might, or I might just send it with whatever, and they can embellish themselves. We'll see for this one. So let's go ahead and cut some dies. We'll work with this first, and then we'll do the dies. So I cut my strips to 4 inches wide, and your height is completely up to you. For this, the highest one that I have got in mine is the envelopes. So it's completely up to you. If you're going to do tags and stuff, of course they're going to be a little bit higher. I probably wouldn't go above, so these envelopes are sitting at 4 high, so I probably, logistically, probably wouldn't go above 5, just because, 6 at the most, just because height-wise and the way it looks in the box and stuff. But you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying, myself, I probably wouldn't go above 6 for height. And you can choose your height when you're working with this. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, and you can cut these all varying different heights. You can cut them at 4, you can cut them at 3, whatever you decide. These are already cut at 4 wide. All of the dies will cut at 4 wide, and then these marks right here are at 4 wide. So I just leave everything at 4 wide. Our box is set for 4 wide, so. I'll just leave this as scrap. So I'm just going to cut a few of these. get them going. For some reason, it just looked weird. So you guys will have to, if you're watching the recording, I'm just going to be cutting for a few minutes, so might slide forward or just hang out and chit chat. So on Monday, Mark hasn't been feeling really well. I think he's been really cooped up and stuff, so we took a little quick jaunt over to his favorite place, which is the hot springs. It's really quiet there. And so that was really, we were literally only gone for about 30 hours. This was after, so Monday I canceled class because in the morning I was really sick. It was like 5 something in the morning when I posted that. I was not feeling good. I was tired. I hadn't been to sleep. So I took a nap for like 4 hours. Apparently that's all I needed. And I woke up and I was great. But I had already posted that I wasn't going to have class and I didn't want to confuse everybody. And some people would see I didn't have class. Some people would see the post where I, so I just left it as is. And so I packed us, threw Mark in the car, and we went just to relax. And it's really nice. Oh, it was so nice. We haven't done that in a long time, so. So you're gonna, if you just take, you can totally use your scraps for this, you guys. This is a great way to use up scraps. I'm telling you what. You can make it a whole collection, or you can just use scraps. You can do your ATC cards. You can do art cards in this. You can do all kinds of stuff in this. I mean, the possibilities of using these things are endless. So, and I have seen a few already. I'm just cutting all of these at 4. You can use your on the edge border dies to give the top some very nice design. Use your dies. You can use your We Are Memory Keeper corner rounders and your any of your corner punches, really. They would look super cute. This one's got 2 in it. Okay, so that was pretty easy. And already we've got a ton of cards. This one's a little too wide for our Rolodex. So I'm going to go ahead and get out my angle, my corner rounder, and the stub corner chomper. And you can use your Martha Stewart corner chompers, whatever you like. So basically all you're going to be doing is, these are 4x4 squares, and again you can cut them to 4x3. You can logistically cut them to 3 wide, as long as it's not, the box itself on the inside is 4.5, and you need room for it to slide, so I wouldn't butt the papers right up against the edges. You want to give it a good 1/4 of an inch on either side, especially if you have decoration going into this. So I wouldn't make them wider than 4 wide unless you adjust the measurements of the box and make it wider. You guys can seriously do this. Take this exact same concept, make it 6.5 wide, and you can take your 6x6, these things, give them a punch, just line it up, and it would go from end to end here on your punch thing. And you could do little 6x6 layouts all in a Rolodex. That's totally cool. I absolutely love that idea, and you can just put them all in. Okay. Carol and Barry also have dividers for the months, January through December, in the store. They actually are the Heidi Swapp Memorydex dividers. There's also a couple other ones that are super cute. So you can kind of use it as a monthly calendar for birthdays. The possibilities are endless. So you can take this concept, make it bigger, and do like 6x6 layouts. And I think that those would be just as fine as well. I would use a nice heavy cardstock. but you would just take, here, this is just a random 6x6 pad, and just line it up because it's right at the edge. It's 6x6, so you would go from end to end with the punch and just punch, okay? And it would fit right on your things if it had a box that was big enough, okay? Easy, easy peasy. You can use it for journaling, doing little 6x6 art layouts. If you want bigger recipe cards, you can totally manipulate the measurements of the boxes. All of this stuff stays the same because the width of these die cuts and punches, those never change. You can make your box as big as you want, okay? For making little pockets to store things in here, let's just go ahead and we'll use one of these coral scraps that I was working with here. So you're going to want to cut it to about 4 1/4 wide. This is one of the exceptions to the rule of the width, well, at least for this box. I like big boxes, and I cannot lie, Carol. Oh my goodness. And then you're going to cut it to about 4. And depending on how tall your tag is how you're going to do your height. Ouch. And you're going to just score it in half at 2. And you can get really fancy with this, you guys. I mean, I would. If I'm going to go to all of this, I would get really fancy. These are going to make great gifts. I was totally sidetracked there when I just thought of that. But get really fancy with it. And I would take and border punch the top of this, just because that's me. Or you can border punch one side. So let's go ahead and grab this border punch because it's pretty. Okay, so let's go ahead and border punch one of the sides. I'm going to do one side, oh, you guys can see. And clearly your tags wouldn't be bigger than probably 4 wide. Okay, so we've got our one side border punch. And I say one side because it's easier to slip a tag back in there. And you can use your tape or your glue, probably your glue. Get a nice fine line, which clearly I have yet to do. Where's my glue? Oh, I've been robbed. Well, just use this really. Well, that's not going to dry quick. Is there anything in here? Ooh, barely. Whoa, that is a big line. Okay, you want a thin line. Use your small tip applicators. Otherwise that happens. And then just glue it down. Okay. Let me grab one of these extra little doohickeys here. We'll go ahead and cut this to 5. Why not? This is just a scrap, so I might as well use it. I'm going to round my corners for better, smoother entry. I'm going to angle my corners to get that tag look. Then I'm going to EK Success Tool punch quarter thingy. Punch a hole where I would then put ribbon. And this is, so you can create a whole bunch of these and they would hold tags. Okay, this is coral, it's not this god-awful red that my camera's showing. And it's easier if you just have one side punched, but you can punch both sides. What you're going to then do, so it can go in your Memorydex, is evenly line it up because it's a little bit wider than the lines that are on it. And you have to be very careful because this is a double thickness paper. Okay, and then you just put it in your Memorydex like so, and it slides. Okay, and then you can put your tag in. So you can do 4x6 photo mats that are removable. But just remember when you do this pocket option that it's not, the pockets are the only thing that are actually in this. So if you tip it upside down, like this one, I had to shake it, but it did fall out. Keep that in mind. The beauty about this one is that, you can see I have all those cards in there. They're not in pockets, so they're not coming out. Okay. So those are just a few of the options that you're going to have with this Memorydex. You can do the pockets, you can do the bigger width. Literally, you guys, the possibilities are endless. It is all going to be based on what you're wanting to use this for. Okay. Are there any questions about the little sleeve pocket thingy that I added that we want to go over? If you want to do a better transition, you can round these corners because this is a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and it'll look better. So I'm going to round all 4 corners of this pocket. Oh yes, much better. I love that way better. Way better. Is that a word? Is way better a word? Well, they're words, but words that should not go together. So the rounded corners, I love, love, love. Okay. So this is the Heidi Swapp punch. Okay. And they do have this in store. Right? Yes. Okay. So that is an option for you. So after you go ahead and cut all of your 4x4 cards, or at least 4 wide, or no more than 4 wide, however tall you want them to be, you're going to go ahead and just round your corners and choose your, choose whichever one you want. And I kind of like using the one-sided paper just because you can really journal on the back. You can see it. It's awesome. So you can focus on putting pictures on the front. If it's a recipe book, or like if you're using this for recipes, put a photo of a finished recipe on there so you remember what it looks like. And on the back, write your recipe where it's nice and white and very clear. It will look gorgeous. So you can do your tags like that. Those are options. Let me get this open. So I'm just going to sit here and get some of these cards prepared because we're going to put a few of them in. And then we're going to move on to making the envelopes for this. And we'll decorate a couple in my actual one. So those are angles. I'm going to do the stub. And so like I said, if you have corner punchers, this is super cute. You can give your pages a little bit of flair. Or you can just round all of the corners, which I'll do that as well. I've done that in the other one as well. But I like having the bottom corners rounded in all of these, even with the Project Life cards. So also, that's another thing. If you're using like Project Life cards, I used a bunch of Project Life cards in my other one. Let me pull a few out just so I can show you. I'm also going to show you guys my storage system for this because I've been journaling almost every night. A picture or so a day. That's why this would be so good for the December daily, let me tell you. Okay, you can use your clear acetate ones as well. And I have some prepped solid cards and some that are not, but like this one. So this is a Project Life card. they are not wider than the 4, which is perfect. It's what you need. So you can take your punch, line it up in between the lines, and punch it. Okay, and put that project life card into your system. So you can also do the vertical ones. Again, they're not wider than 4. You're just going to line it up so it's even on both sides and punch. Easy peasy. And you get these really cute already decorated cards. Okay. So you have those options as well. And this is the collection that I'm using currently for my Memorydex system. And Carol and those guys have got some of the journaling card sets in store. So I'm going to go ahead and, I like to keep my stuff separated here. So those are the angle. Woo! It is fuzzy. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to get around the corner. And so you can sit and do this. Cut your cards and you can sit and do this during one of your favorite shows and just be all kinds of prepared. I have a storage system that I'm using that I just have the things that I would need for this to be successful for me in one little spot. And again, it's going to depend on what you're using it for. If you're using it for recipes, it would be a different ballgame. But if you're using it as a kind of almost a daily memory keeping thing like I am, I'll show you guys that. I actually do have a video on my YouTube, but I will just glance quickly over it. So I'm just going to give a few more of these some punches. And you can tie ribbon in the ones that you make to look like tags. So you guys just gotta sit here and watch me punch for a minute. I'll try and be as fast as I can. Just turn this whole stack right side. I didn't want to do all of this before class because then we just wouldn't have much of a class because there's really not a lot to do. But I'm going to show you guys my printer, which a lot of you guys have seen, but I'll go ahead and share it again. For those that have not, I will print a picture out and we will journal it. I've got probably 500 pictures from, oh, by the way, so I'm going to be making another album, and it's, oh gosh, it's got a cool name. I'm so excited about it. I'll have to think. Oh, so once that one's done, it's going to be, because it's going to be called the Random Acts of Travel album, and it's going to be those small, spontaneous trips of travel. So I'm going to be making a mini album that will house multiple trips, and that project is going to be called Random Acts of Travel. So we'll be doing that as well. Just gotta find the travel line I want to use for it. Last one. Okay, so that didn't take super long. Let me empty that out because that's gonna be full. Okay. Hi, Ella. Hopefully you had a great trip. Hopefully you're feeling better as well. Oops. Wrong one. You didn't see any animals on your Alaska trip? What? That's randomly odd. Okay. Let's go ahead and empty this one. I don't need that punch anymore, so let's grab our stub punch. And again, you don't have to do a decorative corner. You could just round all 4 corners, which I will also show you. And I rotate everything, like I don't put just one kind of card back to back to back to back and then another style of card. It doesn't work like that. There's shorter ones and bigger ones, and you'll see here as soon as we die cut some. And they're all going to get intermixed. And so you can do solid colors that match, which I suggest. It kind of breaks it up. So do a few of those. Okay. You're done with that one. No. Oh, peanut butter and Jam Jam. Oh, I wonder if I can fix it. Oh, I bet you I can. I totally just popped the whole thing off of there. Oh, wait. How did I do that? It's randomly weird. Oh, yay. Okay. It's weird. Okay. We're going to get to die cutting here in just a few after we do the envelope ones. Let me get some of these off of my desk here. I'm going to punch these. And you're literally just going to line them up. So you can take your cards and instead of rounding corners, you could also do the border punching along the top to give them some flair. All kinds of different things that you can do. So you guys just need to bear with me for a few more minutes. But I have to show you guys everything, so because this thing is just too cool. So you can make your own cards with your own kind of tops, which, let me show you. It's not as wide. That's the middle, and then you could border punch it. So you can have a cute border punched top that fits right in your Memorydex. Oh, for Pete's sake, hold on. I'm going to take off the autofocus. Here we go. Okay, that's all crooked fit. You get what I'm saying. So you can use those as well to give the tops of your cards some nice flair. This one is, oh, I didn't write the new name. It's the Doily. Carol knows. I got it from them just a few weeks ago. Last month, I think, because my other one busted. I busted it. I tried to punch through chipboard, which, FYI, you cannot do. Okay. It's the Doily Double Doily. I don't remember. The other one has the name on it. If she doesn't remember, then I will go over and grab it. It's one of my favorite punches by Martha Stewart. Let me see. I'll go look. It is called Lace Doily by Martha Stewart. Yeah, this is my one that broke. Lace Doily. Thank you, Carol. So you can see that it doesn't take a lot of time to border punch these and to just cut some. And you can do this to prepare, and so you already have your cards cut and they're in your Rolodex, and then you just fill them out as you go. But I do suggest doing the rounded corners. It gives it a nice transition as it slides down the rails with the side of your walls. Oh, I still need to punch that. I saw the corners that were punched. And, And the clear acetate cards, just a little FYI, this punch is a little bit hard to punch through, so I suggest not trying to punch through it. I would just give it a small indent and then cut the little circles out, or you can use your 1/4 inch. That will work just as well as this will for the clear acetate ones. And I do have one in that Rolodex that I'll show you. Okay, let me empty that out. All right, got these. And they would get the hole. These ones would get the hole at the top. And you don't have to do a hole. I'm just going to grab a couple of them because I'll tie string in them because it'll look super cute. Some ribbons. Makes it look like a tag. We'll leave the other ones without holes. Okay. And then there's this kind. These are all the ticket looking ones. These ones are tag looking. Got a ton of those done. Let's go ahead and do an envelope. Now, for this one, see, I already forgot the width. It's like 6 1/4. 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. I cut 3 sheets that I want to make envelopes out of. Okay, and we're gonna grab our 1, 2, 3 punch board, which I believe they have these in stock as well. This thing is fabulous, I'm just saying. I have all the other punch boards, but to have it all in one is kind of nice. So we're going to do the, what did I say the width of this was? 6 1/4. So we're going to be doing the 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So you're going to cut your page to 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and your first score will be at 3 1/8. Okay, and actually I want it this way. So I'm going to do it, there we go. So 3 1/8, and then you're going to rotate and line up that score line now with this little thing. Do not remeasure. You're not going to move it to 3 1/8. You're just going to line up this little notch right here with that score line you just created. Punch and then score. And you're going to keep doing that. And just rotate, punch, and score. Punch, score. Hard to see this line. Okay. So I'm going to take this in my angle chomper, just chomp off the angle and round the other 3 corners. Oops, it's my rounder. Do a nice little corner punch there if you like. Go ahead and fold it up. And this one you don't actually have to, this center one, you can just round it and it fits perfectly. You don't actually have to cut it off, but I did. Take my little tape gun. So you can store little mementos from whatever you're using this for. These little envelopes and seal it shut. Okay, so you've got your envelope here, and all you're going to do is take this punch, and it ends up being 4 wide, so put it right between your lines and punch. Okay, so now you have an envelope to put into your Memorydex as well. Okay, you can store something in it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and redo this with these other 2 pieces here, so I can have a few envelopes in here. So I want like probably 3 envelopes. You can do 4. You can do all envelopes. Live on the wild side, do all envelopes. Whatever you like. 3 1/8. Punch, score, if you guys make one of these, do share it. I would love to see. And again, you can email it to me, or you can share it on my page, Scraps, Buttons, and Bows. Share it on Scrap Dabadoo Crafts page. We would love to see it. I know that Miss Carol Renee has got hers going. Okay. Hi, Lori. Okay. And again, you can just round your corners. And there is a corner rounder on the back of this, but I just grabbed my... Is it a corner rounder? Yeah. Which one is it? This is the slitter, so this one's the rounder. We'll do it right here. So you would just put it right here, and you can round it. Same thing. This side's got one that creates a slit in it for making boxes. So. Okay. Let's go ahead and go. That's one envelope. Let's do the other one. Hi, Miss Heather. Oh, bless her heart. It's like the crack of dawn. I don't even know if it's light out where she's at. She's in Australia. I didn't want to move it after so I posted I'll be on at 10, and an afterthought I was like, oh, I should come on at like 2, that way Heather can come. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to confuse people if I change it. So I just kept it. Okay, so we've got our 2 adorable envelopes, and we're just going to fit them between our lines. I don't know why this one ended up bigger. Me and my scoring. And I'm just going to put that right down in there. And these, because it's 2 pieces of paper, also can act as dividers. They're nice and stiff. And these ones you can, and they move on here just as fine. But these, because they are double lined, they can move, or they are nice and, like I said, thicker. So you can use them as some sort of divider within your system if you like. So there's that. So that's how you do the envelopes. And I am just going to randomly put some of these in here just so you guys can see it getting fuller. And then we'll go ahead and do the dies. And we will embellish one. And the dies are a little bit smaller than these ones that we cut, so that you're going to have a nice, height effect with these. I'm just grabbing and putting in. I'm not even thinking about it. You think about it, it's when it looks not how you want it. I'm just kind of rotating the styles and this will get really full. You'll be like, oh, I might have to pull out cards, which, you know, you might, depending on how your embellishments roll. Okay, so it's getting nice and full. Just like this one. This one's got some ribbon on it, and it's got mats and stickers and different height cards and whatnot. So let's go ahead and we will die cut some. We'll work with these 4. And what I do for this one is I take my, we're literally doing this die cut here. I'm using my extended plates because then per sheet I can cut 3 of the dies at once, which is how I like to personally roll. So here's my magnetic here. My bottom tray down, and then I already have my paper cut. And so I'm just going to grab random dies and line them up and run 3 at a time through the pieces that I already had pre-cut. So these pieces of paper are 4.5 wide because these dies will cut at 4. Okay, so you get a nice tabbed piece. It's already ready to go. And to make that frame type thing that I showed you at the very beginning with this die, you would just do it 3 different times and line it up perfectly. But this die cuts and you get those notches. Just chop off the notches. That's all I did. Was just go snip and, well, obviously you would do it cleaner than I am, but you know, just chop off the notches, and that's how you get this framed look. Okay. Oh yes, if the table shakes, Bernie shakes. Which it will totally just sit here and shake because I'm die cutting. So I'm just gonna start we'll just do a couple of these, that way you guys don't have to sit here and watch me die cut every single sheet, because there's still a lot, and then we'll go ahead and we'll move on to the embellishing of them. This is my semi-broken machine, so. Hi, Carrie. So let's see, we didn't do this one last time. So this one's got a nice arched edge to it. Okay, we'll just do one more real quick one. And then we'll move on to, let's do this one. So you can see how extremely cute this is going to end up turning out. I need a sip of coffee. Hold on. 2. And if you've got directional paper, obviously, well, it might not be that obvious, but you want to make sure that it's semi-straight instead of crooked. It might look funny, but if you're going for crooked, then bravo. Oh, Bernie shaking. So these are the sets of the dies. Absolutely love them. Let's go ahead and go through. I'll put these in so you can see what they look like, all mixed in. Garbage can's full. And then I will cut the rest of these papers. I don't want you guys to have to sit here and watch that portion. I will cut the rest of these and put them in as well. So any questions on the dies, the envelopes, just creating your own, anything that we've done so far? And these come in sets of 2. Again, the tabbed ones come together like so. And then this one with the ticket edges and the round top come together. So I'm just going to go ahead and you can see how height-wise this ticket one is considerably shorter. I like the effect of the different varying heights. It gives some really good dimension throughout this and the tabs and everything else. So that's why mine will always be a mix of things. What? This one is like all jacked up. That one in there. Let's put this one right there. That one right there. This one right there. And that one right there. Okay, as you can tell, we already have a ton of cards in here. I don't even have those other ones cut, so it's looking so cute. So you can put the feet on, you can do little knobs, you can do whatever you like. So here's a version with the Tim Holtz pull. This one's got a knob and a foot. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you my system for how I store just the little bits to keep up with this, because you need to have success with this, especially if you're using this as a daily kind of adventure. I was never a daily kind of person, and the fact that I have been able to do this relatively every day, I don't put that kind of pressure on myself, but you know, as I progress with my pictures on my phone, things like that, I mean, all of these ones are decorated. This huge chunk here, and I've only been doing this for a few weeks with this one, so I mean, I've done quite well, and I absolutely love the fact that I've done so well. I'm super proud of myself, not gonna lie. So let me show you. I do this at night, sitting in front of the TV, usually watching, most likely Big Brother, because that seems to be the only thing I watch anymore. Or Mark will be watching something. So I have a little plastic sleeve that has got some random stamps that I know that I will use. They're smaller stamps. These are Heidi Swapp stamps. They're the ones I kind of go to. These are older. I don't even know if you guys can get these anymore. But I just wanted to give you guys kind of an idea how I set myself up for success using this, because I really think this is a super cute idea. So there's that. And then I have done a detailed video on this, and I probably won't do any, I won't go super into detail, but this is just an iris case. You usually store photos in these, and they come in clear. But I've got some wood icons I need to add in there. Got little coffee ones and a little stamp. But I've got some Some enamel dots, just random ones that I have. Now, if you don't have any of these things and you would like to invest in some of the things, the ladies have great selections for embellishments. Just some word stickers. There's more word stickers. Some more stamps that I know I'll use. I do keep some glue, little date stamps, chalk edgers, a pair of scissors. I use my VersaFine to stamp with. But what I keep in these are some washies that I know I'll use with this collection. And you, bye Lori, you will have to, if you decide, I like to keep everything one collection, so I coordinate my supplies accordingly. If you are wanting to do just random kind of papers using your scraps, things like that, use your random bits. Make some bits and pieces out of those scraps. I've used all my punches that I thought would be super cute for this. Dies, butterfly punches, arrow punches, banner punches, ticket punches out of my scraps. Literally, that will coordinate with this. The word love, there's a whole bunch of the Tim Holtz love scripts, or not love scripts, but the word scripts that he's got in, tabs. Use all your little dies and your punches and create these. And so you have them already ready. You just grab it and go. Some more cards. These are Project Life, and then coordinating solid color cards because I matte my pictures. Small selection of wood veneers. Again, you can go through the embellishment sections. These are the paper clips that I got. Carol and Barry have got a ton of these. You can find these under, I think, embellishments, but if you go to Designers They Follow tab, click on my name. After you've clicked on that tab, these paper clips will be in there. And they've got all kinds of really cool paper clips and such. There's flare buttons in there. And then I just randomly grabbed some flowers. These are some of the leaves from them. There's some Prima flowers left over from some of the collections. And I just put them in here. Okay. So this bin is what I need for that. That's all. There's some dyed seam binding with Lindy's Stamp Gang. There's some Memento inks if I want to stamp in color. Some more chipboard embellishments. And then some more cards. And then some pre-cut mats. So that's how I set myself up for success with this. This whole little thing just sits right, and I have my cutting board, and I sit right there at my table. Okay. So if you go to my name under that, you'll find everything you need for this collection, or for like the paper clips, the dies, the punches, that stuff will be there. So that's how I do that. Just a little FYI. So let's go ahead and embellish one or two of the cards in here. And so I left off here Mark's lasagna he had the other day. You guys can't really see it because my camera doesn't want to focus, but let me zoom in. Okay, so that's it's his best day ever. I stamped that, put a gold foil. There's a picture. It says Mark's favorite dinner, lasagna from Arlo's, and the date. Okay. I mean, that's literally, all you're doing. Just put the photo down, write what it is, throw an embellishment or two, and it looks awesome. Okay. This was Mark at dinner. Okay. I used one of the word dies, love, that I have, and use some wording. You can even type it out, print it out, and then just cut it and glue it down. It says the little things that make life big. Like dinner at Arlo's with this handsome dude is what it says. And that's embellishment enough. You don't have to go crazy. He got to have his German beer that he loves. He had a yummy German beer. He loves St. Pauli's Girl. There's literally a gold arrow thingy. I wrote what it was and a picture. Okay? So it's literally that easy. You can get more intricate and detailed if you like. It's kind of up to you. This one is my niece. She got a henna tattoo at the farmer's market. And her slogan is, she always says, "This is the best day ever." And I have that a stamp that says "best day ever." And so that's her getting her henna tattoo. I put a couple enamel dots. There's 2 pictures on here. And pretty easy. I mean, looks super cute. This one was a random picture of a sunflower that I took. It says, "Love the sunflower, full of color. Cherish each day." And there's nothing on the back of this, so you could totally journal, or you can leave them blank. This was lunch that day. The best sandwich ever. It was a BLTA. Bacon, lettuce, tomato, avocado, and let me tell you, super good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in here before I lose the order. So there was more happenings from that day, but just some of the great pictures that I wanted, just random acts of, we were at Safeway, and he found a camo Seahawks hat, because, you know, can't do without that. And he put it on, and I snapped that picture of him at Safeway, which is a grocery store. So he now owns that Seahawks camo hat. But it's just these little random pictures. Now, if you are somebody that does a lot of art, you can journal, chronicle your art here. Take pictures of it, put it in, things like that, and date it. So just little ideas. So let's go ahead and print a picture. And I have this LG pocket printer here. This is an older version. Apparently there is a newer one out, even though I just got this. They are a little bit of an investment, but I like this as opposed to the Instax Polaroid, because the Instax Polaroid, you look through a hole over here, but the lens is actually over here. So you actually have to adjust, like the person's over here, but you're shooting over here to actually get, you know what I mean? So it just kind of drove me nuts. Plus the Polaroid things are expensive. They're just over $1 a thing, and they're thicker. So when you're journaling, I initially got this for my journal because they lay extremely flat. So when you're journaling, you've got all of this bulk from the pages before, and I didn't want that. I didn't want bulk. So that's why I went. This little printer was between 20 and 30. Susan Chamberlain and I, we were talking about this the other night. She's actually found it for cheaper. This was back in, was it April? I don't know if she's here. I think it was April when I bought this. They have since come out with a newer version. It looks completely different, and it is cheaper. So, and then I got 120 sheets of, it's called zinc paper, zero ink. You never have ink cartridges. You just put the paper in and off you go. So I'll just see if I can get it to work. I'm going to turn it on. So let me find one from our journey of, oh, here's a good one. We'll print this one. I'm just going to press print. You can put frames around them. You can do all kinds of things. Oh, I got to turn on Bluetooth. Dang it. Oh, it's on. There we go. So it's blinking, and it will print once it sends. Do, 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 do. No, just joking. So let me. It's going. We just have to send it a little. Actually, you know what? Let me grab my next thing in line. We will put, what one am I printing? We'll put this one on here. Just grab this piece out. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. I don't know why. My internet's not working very well. It goes off of Wi-Fi. You can use it off a phone signal as well. For any of those that may want to know that. And I'm going to use a, let's see. Oh, I love this one. This was the thing on Facebook, and it says, "What if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly?" Ernest Hemingway. So I printed it off Facebook. Do that one. Susan posted on my timeline. Susan Chamberlain. Oh, she posted the link about the printer that we were talking about on my Facebook timeline. So if we're Facebook friends and you want to check it out, she's got the link for you guys. Susan, you're a doll. Oh, I just jacked up my hair. Transmission complete. It doesn't usually take that long. It's running slow for some reason. It's usually like Facebook photos are super fast. This is where I found this printer, was from Xandra at CHA this year. She sent us, she would print out our pictures. Okay, hold on. Hold on, guys. Okay, so there's Mark in a jail. And I love it. I love the quality, and it just looks great. The color and everything. For there not being any ink, it looks great in my opinion. And it's just super convenient. I mean, really, it's way easier than ordering online for me. So let's do another one.
Ashliegh?
Yeah. I'm broadcasting. Okay, take an ibuprofen.
You don't have one?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll print that one out too. Do you want to print? Yes, I do. Oh, I have those pictures. I have them. Oh. Yeah, so Xandra introduced me to this printer, and I hum-hawed about it for a while, and then I really got into journaling and whatnot, and I wanted to be able to document some of the pictures of my, these are all Carol's cards, travels along the way. These are Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo cards from when I order. You should see my bulletin board. I'm letting that load and print out, and then we will figure out how we want to lay it out and whatnot. Oh, here's one of them. This is the first time I met Xandra. This was at the airport. I was there picking up Carol, and her friend June just happened to be coming on. I saw them standing across the street, so I called her. I'm like, hey, I see you. And so she took a picture of us. So that was the first time I met Xandra. And yes, you could keep all of these in the Memorydex as well if you wanted. You could create the pocket, and what did I do with the pocket? Where's the pocket? Here's the pocket one that I made. Well, I can't seem to find the pocket one. Anyways, the pocket that we made in Border Punched, you could totally put that in there and slide your cards in that as well. This was one of the CHA photo booths. This was the Polaroid. It's bulkier. I'm not a big fan. Okay, this is Coeur d'Alene, Missoula. Hold on, I gotta zoom in. I just like taking random pictures like that. Make no sense. So we'll go ahead and do those two pictures. I wanted to find, oh, here we go. Here's Sandra and I. I think Carol was making some kind of craft when we did this. She was literally, we were watching her, but we were doing this. This was a Scotch booth. I wanted to find that was Jim and Caesar, and it's Carol and Sandra and I. At a New Orleans restaurant in Disney. Sorry this is ending up going down memory lane, but I really wanted to find the zebra one. It must be on my bulletin board. Oh, wait. Nope. The one I want, I can't find. It's probably hanging on my bulletin board. And then Xandra's double chocolate peanut butter cookies. She sent me this. Love it. Okay, well, the one I wanted I cannot find, but a couple things came out of it. Good idea for storing our Carol cards, our Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo cards, because a lot of the ladies also make those cards. So, let me put these, oh, I need to put these back in here. I don't want to lose them. I don't know. I don't think I'm going. I don't know. I might. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If Carol's not going, I'm not going. Just putting that pressure on you. So I like to map my pictures. It makes them pop. So, just going to throw down some ATG tape. Okay, so it's got a nice border around it. Well, hey, you know, throw down the gauntlet. But see, the thing for me, though, this year, Carol, is that Mark does not want to go. It was too much on him last year. Even though he had a great time with his brother, it was too much on him. So he doesn't want to go. So I'm going to have to find some kind of accommodations. He's like, you can just leave me here with Jeff, who was the dog sitter. I'm like, no. Which Jeff did a great job. He watched our dogs. The house was fabulous. But I mean, it's my husband. Although that's probably what would end up happening, but so he doesn't want to go, and that's the only reason why I'm not sure if I'm going. I want to go. I don't want to do Art Venture again. I had fun at Art Venture, and I'm glad we had the day between, but between Art Venture and CHA for my first time, it was too much to just take in. Way too much. So, okay, so I have my little card here, and I'm going to look through my little embellishments, see if there's not something that I would want to use. Use those little gold foil things. They would, but they have school and they work, and so, you know, they would stay with him. Totally would stay with him. I'm going to put this sticker on there. It says, be open to whatever comes next. And it's funny because it's a sign of Coeur d'Alene or Missoula. Do we go to Idaho or Montana? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that right here on the bottom of the photo. Okay. I'm also going to go ahead and mat this down. Connor would most likely be working. Anna would be in school, so I don't know. We'll see. I really want to go, but we'll see. It was so relaxing for me to have just kind of a breakaway with the girls and just relax. I don't know. Next summer, I'm hoping that we'll be having our meetup in Seattle, so I might be saving for that. I don't know. I'm going to put my 2 little gold arrows there. Hi, Barry. Is Barry here? Put my little gold arrow, and you just really simple little tiny embellishments is all you need. You don't have to go crazy. You really can't go crazy because there's not enough room on these to go super crazy. But if you made the bigger one like we discussed, like the 6x6, oh, that would be so cool. You could do these little 6x6 out layouts. Ooh, maybe I'll do the 6x6 random acts of travel instead of a mini album. I'll do it out of that. That'd be fun. Okay, so we have the sticker. It says be open to whatever comes next. I'm going to go ahead and date that. Let me see here. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to run the date on there, which was September 1st. 01. And when I'm running a new date, I always test stamp, by the way. And also, if you don't want whatever sentiment is on this side, you just run a piece of washi tape over it when you put your stamp in the ink, and then pull the washi tape off before you stamp, and you won't have to have that sentiment. Go big or go home, Susan. Isn't that our motto? Susan's a builder like me. Susan's a great builder. Okay. I like working with my VersaFine, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Grab a piece of scrap. And always know that this front where the words are face you, and you'll have it not upside down. There we go. It's perfect. I would pull the washi off so you don't get that little black mark next to the September. But it looks great. So I will go ahead and re-ink it. Pull my washi off. And stamp. And it says September 1, 2015. And you really don't need any more decoration than that. You can, but it keeps it nice and simple. You can do journaling on the back to explain it, which is what I'm going to do. Teresa's trying to get me to stay on all day. I know what you're doing, Teresa. So and that's how quick it was. I mean, if you have everything set up and know what you want to use, it goes really fast. It's like bingo bango. It doesn't take long to get your cards cut out and get everything set up that you want to use. Let's do this one. Okay. So I've got a smaller index card. This one is cut. It's smaller. It's cut at, and this is what I'm talking about. You can take your scraps. This is it's a 3x4 card of cardstock. The 4 is and I just rounded all the corners and punched it with my punch, and you have a different size card. It's literally that easy. Let me grab, let's do this one. Let's throw down some washi behind it. Just why not? Got some arrows. Use the black writing one. Okay, where's this? Oh, there it is. It doesn't. Yeah, I looked. It doesn't. Some of them do. This particular one does not. It's got a blank space, but it doesn't stamp blank. It stamps all black, and then you would write in white pen, or you would write over it in whatever color you were using. I'm just gonna throw down some washi at different lengths. If I can find, geez, what is with this washi? Okay, and that's gonna go just like that. I'm gonna tilt it a little bit. I'm going to use one of my die cut pieces. I've got a little tab here. You put it on this side if I wanted. Let me see what other colored tabs I've got. Or we could do one of the banners. It's kind of cute. Do the white and yellow one. I've got some stars punched. I'm going to put on some pop dot. And these are all just things I pre-punched with my dies. Sitting here one night with the scraps for this collection. And it's really that easy. Oh, I had these in here, like, I'm not going to be able to get it back in here how I had it. There we go. Rolls of washi. You can put down some enamel dots on this as well. I'm going to use my tiny you can use your tiny attacher, whatever you want to use. But before I do that, I'm going to stamp or put on here whatever I'm going to put on here, which I don't quite know exactly at this second. I think when was that warning? He's in jail, so I'm going to use the warning with the arrow. It won't be pointing at him, but close enough. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, wiggled it. What's the deal? Oh, this is the other side of watercolor paper. Why does that tape wanting to wiggle? Wiggled it just a little bit. Isn't that a song? Wiggle it just a little bit. It is a song. I was just checking. There we go. All right. So I test stamp, especially since this is I think my first time using this stamp. Never used it. There we go. Little arrow, it says warning, because he's in the jail for this picture. Got my tiny attacher. Okay. Just go ahead and put him down. And if it peeks up above, that's okay. Peeks up above the card, that's totally fine. This is the back of the card where I can journal. On this side, I'm going to tuck it under and use my tiny attacher. Super cute. Going to journal a little bit on the side, and I have gone through and I have some writing approved pens for these cards that were in my stash. There's a random slew of cards that will work. This is a Sharpie pen. This one is a Pigma Sakura pen 05. This one is Project Life 05, Project Life 03, EK Tools. This one is a 0.35 millimeter, and then this one is just a Papermate Flare. So all of these are card approved. They are not going to bleed through, and then I just need to choose what kind of tip I want to write with, is essentially what it comes down to. I typically use the 3. It's usually my go-to card. I'm going to write sideways on here. Let's see. This was in Wallace, Idaho. Had to bail him out. And then I'm also going to take my date stamp and give it a cute date stamp, which is the one we just used. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Grab my tape again, my washi tape. And then you can, since you have room to journal on the front, you can put a different photo on the back. Okay, September 2015 is on there. And voila, this one's almost done. I forgot. I need to use some foam tape and pop it up. I've got these 3 stars that I punched out of my own collection. That I want to put on this. Put that one there. Put this one down here. And put that one right there. And then you could go over and glossy accent these to make them shiny and sparkly, but it's just super cute. There's some washi, a few elements, there's a tab, and you have an embellished card. You have to watch out on the sides when you do these, so hopefully this will still fit. I forgot about that. Oh, it will, because I gave 1/4 of an inch on either side. And then these just go right into your Rolodex, your Memorydex, and you've got some documented events. Pretty easy peasy. So that's pretty much it. We've built the box, which this is the one we built. You can choose to put feet on it. That's completely up to you. Also, if you want, you can cover the bottom. That as well is completely up to you. I did on this one with matching paper as the sides. So there's both versions for you. You're just going to cut it to the width of your width and height. So the paper for this would be about 4.5 wide by 8 tall-ish to cover that. So all kinds of cute little things you guys can do with these. The ladies have given some great ideas in chat. Use them for your ATC cards. Use them for your thank you cards from Barry and Carol. Use them for recipes. You can make this bigger and do a 6x6 one. You can do one big box like this, one whole box, and just have this middle like you see it here, and then you can have 2 rolls side by side. There's so many things that you guys can do with this. The possibilities are literally endless. So you can use these for your December daily. You can use these for just your everyday memory keeping. Use it as a Rolodex. Use it as what it is, meant for. So literally, like I said, the possibilities are endless. I have my little storage thingy, and you can just go and go and go. Any questions about this project? If I make a bigger one, I will be sure to post the measurements for you guys. Do you guys want me to make a bigger one? Is that the thing? Because I can make a bigger one. It doesn't bug me. It just may not happen exactly today. So yeah, you can make one big box with a dividing wall down the middle with 2 sets. You could do like 3 of them because you have 12 by 12 chipboard. So you could do 3 and it can just be like one kid. This one kid here, and then family, or all 3 kids, or you guys get it. And yes, these would make awesome gifts. So for those of you guys watching the recording, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We've had a great day of crafting. If you have any questions, you can feel free to email me at my address. It's scrapsbuttonsandbows@yahoo.com, or you can email the ladies at Scrap Avenue Crafts as well. You guys can get a hold of me on Facebook, same with Scrap Avenue Crafts. And thanks for hanging out with me and sharing your day.